The transfer portal for college baseball opens today, and there's been plenty of action in Knoxville. Exit meetings, from what I've read, taking place today and tomorrow. As of this recording, Tennessee's had 7 enter the portal, with more exit meetings tomorrow. You got to think there's more to come as well. I'm going to talk about the latest in the portal, what I think Tennessee needs, and more in this video. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe button. Josh Elander comes in. This is his first true time to hit the portal. Yes, he's been there, Tony Vitello in the past. Josh Elander just recruited it, though. This will be his roster build now. And a lot of people forget he took over like the 1st of November. They're playing ball games February 14th last year. When you have that many sweeping changes, that's a tough thing to do there. And I'm pretty baffled by people writing him off already after what was a pretty chaotic offseason and with a roster he didn't build. Now he gets his chance, and we'll go from there. But 2 portal entries. Ethan Moore, former top 100 prospect last year, was drafted by Cincinnati, was the first in the portal. Chris Newstrom, of course, no surprise there, hit the portal based on how little he played down the stretch. That's one I think could come back on Tennessee. I really do. I think Chris Newstrom's a heck of a ball player, and I think he'll go somewhere else and play really well. Maybe another, it's not a surprise. I wondered on this one. Ton of talent, but Braden Krenzel is in the portal. You got to think, is it one of those things where just change of scenery? Obviously, he wasn't used a lot down the stretches. He couldn't. They tried him some. It was totally mental with him, I really think, after the Georgia game. And, sometimes a change of scenery is the best thing. But Braden Krenzel's got a ton of talent. And if he puts it back together, he'll do well somewhere next year. Hadn't heard him places. Chris Newstrom, I've seen speculation, maybe Arizona State. But we'll see there. This is a tough one for me, man, because I really like this dude as a player, Ariel Antigua. He is in the portal. Man, I wish it could have really worked out with him, that he could have taken that shortstop job, or even second base for that matter. But you got to think that him coming up on his senior year, he wants to go somewhere and be the full-time shortstop. And my guess is, there's no guarantees here in Knoxville. So I hope he goes and balls out in his last year. I think it'd be pretty cool there. Finley Bates transferred from San Diego State, 1 year in, not many opportunities. He's in the portal. Hunter High, a guy, a lot of versatility. I think could have been a pretty good ball player for Tennessee. But again, I wonder what probably no guarantees here as well. And he's getting to that point. He's going to want to play also. Hunter High makes the 6th in the portal. And then Evan Hankins, freshman first baseman out of Bristol, is in the portal. I've seen speculation already, and I put 2 and 2 together. It said ACC team, close proximity. It's got Virginia Tech written all over it, it seems like to me. So, the portal giveth, the portal taketh. That's some good ball players that entered the portal for Tennessee today. But, that's life in college athletics nowadays. You're going to lose good players. You're going to get good players as well. So you got 7 in the portal. You're going to have numerous guys, off to the draft. There will be more portal entries tomorrow when they finish up exit interviews. I've even seen a little bit, based on Eric Kane and Mike Wilson's comments on VolQuest.com. It seems to me like something to possibly watch with Landon Mack. They didn't come right out and say it, but I've seen people asking about Mack, and they said that, we'll see. They said it's got to make sense for both sides. And, what's going to happen with Mack this summer with his arm? Is it just rest? Does he need some kind of surgery? I think for Tennessee, your best case scenario is him and Cam Appenzeller leading that rotation next year. But it seems like that one could be something to watch. I hope it's not. But, again, they'll have the exit interviews, and they'll go from there as well. So if you're Tennessee, you're looking back at who's returning. I think you got to build around Trent Grinlinger, and then I think Levi Clark's going to be pretty vital as well. Your thing with it is both guys are going to be in their draft year next year. Both guys are going to want catching opportunities. You got to figure out a way to make that work. And And, even with Stone Lawless says he's coming back. So I can't see three guys getting the ball. I can't see them splitting up the opportunities like that along the way. So that'll be interesting to see how they go with it. I think Jay Abernathy will get better. Jay Abernathy, from what I've seen, has been invited to play in the Cape Cod League this summer. That can only benefit him. I'm not mistaken, I saw Grenlinger got invited to the Cape Cod League as well. I've not seen anything on Levi Clark yet. Other than that, I expect Nate Icefelder to take over in one of the outfield spots. Saw he's playing for the Johnson City Doughboys this summer. Blaine Brown, thinking maybe Blaine Brown got a Cape Cod League invite too. I need to pull that up and look at it. But I still think Blaine Brown's got a ton of potential, and maybe an offseason, what adjustments need to be made can be made. We've seen guys do it before. Look back at Blake Burke's sophomore year. He had a pretty tough year. He turned it on at the end, and then it carried over to the next season where he was fantastic. But, guys can make that improvement from one year to the next. Because they have a bad freshman year or a bad sophomore year, you don't throw the towel in on guys with talent. You just don't on that. And, my thing with Blaine Brown is how much is he wanting to pitch to, and how much is Tennessee wanting him to pitch? I think you're, especially at this 34 roster limit now, I think you're best to get two-way players if you can. Blaine Brown could fit that. Taylor Tracy fits that as well. A guy who definitely pitched more this year said he's got a pretty good bat, especially in fall ball. So where can that play in as well? But if you're Tennessee, you're going to the portal. I'm thinking right now you're looking at, you're probably okay at first base with Clark. Stone Lawless can play some first base as well if he is back. But, could they possibly go out and get somebody else? I think that remains to be seen there. Middle infield with Blake Grimmer and Manny Marin, very possibly going to the MLB draft. You're going to need middle infield, because I don't think, again, we've seen the last of guys hitting the portal who are returners here as well. I think any guys who didn't play a lot this year, you got to keep an eye on as well. But I could see Tennessee going to the portal for middle infield help and third base with Henry Ford off to the draft. I think that's what you're going to have to add some power in the lineup. There's no doubt about it. And then, of course, outfield, Chapman out of eligibility. You got Abernathy and Blaine Brown, who were pretty regular. Garrett Wright, I really feel strongly he'll get drafted high enough where he'll go as well. So that could leave you with an outfield: Icefelder, Abernathy, Blaine Brown. Abernathy also could play second base, and you go out and get a center fielder as well. The big thing is going to be to close on some of these, big prospects that they're on. You think of it, what would Tennessee look like with Jaron Advincula, Aiden Robbins in the lineup? As Tennessee got them in on visits, seemed to be in pretty good shape with them as well. And then, of course, Advincula went to Georgia Tech. Robbins went to Texas. How much better is that lineup with those two guys? If you're Josh Elander and this staff, you've got to close on these big-time guys. You've got to make it happen right now. And you're going to have those opportunities. And what a big beef of mine with college baseball, the portal. Some of the windows are just absurd to me, because I remember when Tennessee won the national championship, you're playing late, yet you're getting penalized with the portal. You can't get guys on campus because you're doing well. I hate the fact that the portal opens before the season's over. Sure, it doesn't affect Tennessee right now because their season just ended, but the portal should not open until the end of the College World Series. I know you got summer coming up and stuff. Either adjust the schedule or something. I don't know. I don't know what the fix is on it, because I know you're getting into summer. You're going into late June when everything wraps up. But, it is what it is. But with baseball, too, guys are not in school in the summer. They're going to play in summer leagues. Maybe they need to get with a new team to get placed or what have you for summer ball. But still, again, it doesn't affect Tennessee. Tennessee, I would expect, will bring some visitors in this week. I've really not seen – the only name I've seen so far is Jake Souders from Sanford. He's an infielder, outfielder in his 2 years at Samford, 335 average. He was SoCon all freshman team his freshman year. This year he hit 349, 7 home runs, 33 RBIs, 520 slugging, 423 on base, 16 stolen bases as well. 35 strikeouts, 175 at bats this year. So, I mean, that's a dude that really, when you look at it, what, 1 out of every 5 times? That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Now, would it change in SEC? Sure. Guys have to adjust to that as well. We see it every year. Guys come out of the gate hot. And then once SEC play happens, that things can tail off, or you kind of get that realistic moment as well. I expect Tennessee, again, they've got 19 guys coming in their freshman class. 17 of them, according to Perfect Game, are top 200. One's in the 300s. One, when you get to the 500, they just list them at 500 on it. And but you got to think there's going to be draft risks this year, no doubt about that. So how many of those guys make it to campus? And again, I think with the portal, you're probably bringing in, especially if you're going to need 2 starting pitchers, possibly, you're going to need bullpen guys as well. I can see him getting up to 15 guys around that boat. And, you know, that's just the way it is now as well. And we can't sit here and really blame Josh Elander on it. He just took over the team again, last November, basically, late October, early November with it. You just can't blame it on him now. Now he's got a chance to go out and remake the roster how he wants to, get into guys that he wants to, how he sees fit with it. So we'll see. There'll be, again, it wouldn't surprise me if we don't hear more names tonight, but it could be kind of over for tonight. I definitely think you'll hear more in the portal tomorrow after they finish up exit interviews. Keep you posted on that as well. But this is Frank. This is the House of Orange. Have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you when I see you.